My name is Shaymira Lawson. First name is Sheymira. Last name is Lawson.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So, this interview is going to be very, very candid, and we're going to we'll just talk like two old friends. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's kind of a loaded question. Um, there's a lot to tell. But for the purpose of this interview, I will just say that I am an avid book reader, book enthusiast, an advocate for being able to have an open voice. And I feel like books are one of the best ways to do that.
Okay.
Not just that, um, I feel like books was just an avenue for me. Um, the idea has kind of laid dormant for me for several years, but I feel like we are at a period in time right now where I felt like the government was just attacking women and attacking minorities and trying to silence us. And so I felt like this was the time to do it. I literally woke up one day and felt like God had spoke to me and said, "This is the what I need to do." Oh, I started my own bookstore. Um, so Afrolit Alcove is currently an online bookstore. Hopefully, at some point in time, I'll be able to get my own brick and mortar, or perhaps maybe even uh, a good sized van and be a mobile bookstore. I'm undecided at this moment. Just got to see what the store, where the store leads me. But with Afrolit Alcove, what sets it apart from more of your streamlined bookstores or large bookstores like Books a Million or others is that I focus on Black voices. And so all the books in my store are by Black authors.
Okay. Oh.
Well, it's a juggling act, but anybody who knows me knows that I love to stay busy. So I'm always doing something, whether it be running around for the kids or running around assisting my husband with his many endeavors, working a full time job, or working on my own business, Afrolit Alcove. I'd say the biggest challenge that I've had thus far is not being able to do Afrolit Alcove full time like I would like to. Um, I love it. I've got a passion for it, but currently it hasn't made it to the point where it's paying the bills just yet. It's still in its infancy stage, so we've got a long way to go.
Okay.
My kids have been very helpful. Um, what I try to do is go to as many pop up shops or events as possible, and my kids are always quick to volunteer to come and help me and set up or sit out there with me, keep me company, and try to push more sales. So they've been probably my two biggest advocates. But additionally, my my mom, my parents, my sisters, and my husband, they've all come out there at some point in time to kind of help me out as well. So everybody's been very supportive. My biggest obstacle right now would probably be marketing. Marketing and advertising, trying to determine what the budget should be for that, so I can get the word out. When I do my pop up events, I get a lot of positive feedback from the individuals who stop by my shop, and check out my little setup and my books and whatnot. But I'm still lacking that bigger audience and that reach for the bigger audience, and so that'd be my biggest challenge right now.
Okay.
Because minority voices, black voices, are being silenced. A lot of our books are being banned. A lot of our history is being stripped from the shelves.
Can I pause you for a second? When you do this one, just say, um, let's start that question back with your response with, my motivation is, or whatever like that. Okay.
Okay.
And that way, if I cut it, because I'm gonna cut my voice out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So okay, whenever you're ready.
So my motivation stems from the fact that a lot of our black voices are being silenced. A lot of our books are being banned. A lot of our history is being taken out of the classrooms. And it's not right. It's not fair. And so I want to be able to save that and try to get that out to as many individuals as possible, and not just minorities. Afrolit Alcove does not just cater just to minorities; we cater to everyone, but is creating a safe space, a haven, if you will, for books of Black literature to be available to everyone.
Okay.
Oh, always. Everything I do is for my kids. I've always wanted to be able to leave something behind for my kids. And as they get older, I start thinking, maybe 10 years from now, I'm going to say 10 years from now because they're very young still, um, just getting out of high school and starting college and whatnot. Maybe I'll be a grandmother at some point. And so I think long term. So I'm thinking of my grandkids. What's the world going to be like for them? What resources, what literature is going to be available to them? Because I'm a firm believer if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. The advice I'd give to other mothers starting their own business is number one, do your research. And don't just start a business just to start a business. If you're going to start a business, make sure it's something that you're passionate about, something that you feel driven to do, something that you wake up in the morning, you're like, this is what I have to do. It's something that speaks to you, speaks to your soul. And I say that because I've tried several different things in the past. I've always wanted to have a business of my own, but I've tried several things in the past, and I just wasn't as passionate about them as I am about Afrolit Alcove and the message that I'm trying to convey. So make sure that number one is your drive, your reason for wanting to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Somewhat, I do incorporate my kids into my social media marketing to a somewhat of a degree. Probably not as much as I would like to, just simply because they're not they don't like to be in front of the camera as much as their mother does. So, but anytime I have any posts or anything, my son will always jump on it and share it on his social media to try to help me get the word out. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, she's kind of adverse to social media, so won't get much help from her on that end.
Okay.
Not yeah. At this point in time, I don't feel like the amount of time that I put into Afro Lit Alcove has taken me away from them to the degree where they start longing for me or some time with me. Um, but if that does come about, my daughter, which is the last one home, actually, she has always been very vocal about letting me know when she needs some mommy time. So if that time does come, she'll let me know. Yes, the daughter in question is Valencia. I've got two daughters, and three sons. But um, the ones that are most involved are the two youngest ones. Yes.
Okay.
Well, the how I would go about making sure I'm there for my daughter as well as being, there for my business is simple. It's priorities. Um, this is my daughter's last year in high school. It's her senior year, so there's going to be a lot of things that come about. And so when I get ready to start planning to attend various pop up events, I have to plan it around her schedule. If there's something that's coming up that I want to attend or she needs me to attend, then I'm going to have to plan it around that schedule. And the same thing goes with any of our other kids. Um, I'll try my best to plan around their schedule. Now, there are going to be cases where I may not be able to make those exceptions. And if those come about, then I just talk to my children and we'll work from that.
So,
I believe our communication with my kids is where it needs to be, for where that if I do have something that comes up or whatnot, I'm not able to attend something or so to speak, they understand. Um, but they also know mommy will do what she can to be there, you know. But if not, then she'll do what she can to make it up. But as of right now, I haven't had any of those issues.
okay.
Yes, those are my two youngest because I have three bonus kids. But the ones on the logo are my two youngest. Those are my biological kids. And so I was trying to decide on a logo, and I've always tried to instill a love of reading in my kids at a young age. And that picture just, kind of encompasses why part of the reason that I do this is because I want to be able to leave something behind for my kids. And so I want to put them out front because they are one of my main reasons for doing this.
I'm from.
Well, I wanted a title that when you came across it, you immediately knew what it was about. Afro, African American, African. Know something going to be ethnic, and then lit for literature, so Afro lit, and alcove is just I wanted to feel something cozy, something warm. uh, kind of made me think of being able to curl up with a good book, a glass of wine, and just escape from the world.
Okay. And
So currently, I utilize the Square software. So as I get inventory, I just upload my inventory into Square. I've got it set up to where it'll give me alerts if I have any inventory that gets low, so I'll know it's time for me to reorder. Um, but it's pretty straightforward. I do, I do, and that's something that some people don't understand because I actually carry my inventory in house. So there is no drop shipping here. Everything is packaged and shipped by myself. Even when I go to my pop up events, I have actual books on hand to purchase day of.
like that.
No, however, I would like to get into ebooks as well as another service on my website. Just haven't got to that point yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. So,
Don't be afraid. That would be the one single piece of advice that I would give myself. Um, had I known now, had I known then what I know now, I would have told myself to just don't be afraid. I'm not sure that my kids would want to take on the business one day. I do know my daughter has a strong love for books as well, but I'm not sure that she would want to take it on herself. Maybe perhaps, uh, maybe she can take it on as an owner, and just have somebody manage the business for her. But I don't think that I can see her being as hands on as I am right now. At least I don't think so.
okay. And
So my plans for evolving or expanding Afrolit Alcove right now is I am really, really, really just trying to get the word out. Every opportunity that I can to pass out my business cards out in public, I share those. When I'm at my pop up shops, I have business cards as well as postcards. I would like to try to reach out to some of these schools. Schools just started now. So that is on my radar as well, is try to make some type of arrangement or partnership with the schools to possibly get out there and who knows, maybe I'll have a book fair of my own. The most rewarding part of running my store is the positive feedback that I get when I'm out in public. That has been the most rewarding because I was hesitant about helping Afrolit Alcove with this particular niche, a bookstore dedicated to Black literature. I was hesitant. Wasn't sure how it was going to be received, and all the positive feedback that I get every time that I'm at a pop up shop has made this so rewarding and motivated me to keep on going. In fact, at my last pop up event, I had a customer walk up to my pop up booth and informed me that he was actually the first guy to open up a Black bookstore in the state of Alabama. And he was impressed to see that I was, trying to go down that avenue as well. And I was encouraged, you know, very encouraged.
Okay.
The best advice I could give to anyone who is as big of a multitasker as I am, where you are not content unless you have 101 things going on in your life, stay organized. That's the biggest thing that I could tell you to do. However, you have to do it, you've got to find some way of organizing your life. Um, I have a planner, so that works best for me. But yeah, that's the number one thing I could tell you. Of course, of course. You all can come visit my website at www.afrolitalcove.com. That's AFROLITALCOVE.com. You could also follow me on TikTok or Instagram as well at Afrolit Alcove.
Thank you, Miss Lawson.
Thank you for having me.
All right. This concludes our interview.